You're listening to Viking Radio, coming to you from Dream Street Studios at Del Mar College. Now your host, Dr. Natalie Chapa.
Good morning, Corpus Christi. This is Dr. Natalie Chapa, and I'm here on the mic with the infamous Mike B. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, Dr. Chapa.
How are you this morning?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I am doing great. You know, one of the things at Del Mar College is we are collaborators in the community. And one of our favorite community partners to collaborate with are the schools and the school districts. And so joining us today, we have CCISD Veterans Memorial High School Principal, Mr. Scott Walker.
Good morning.
Good morning, Scott. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
And then, as many of you know, there's another esteemed gentleman here at Dream Street Studios. Many of you know him as Conrado Garcia, prior superintendent at West Oso ISD, principal in CCISD, but we are lucky now because he is our superintendent in residence here at Del Mar College. So he's part of the DMC team.
Well, thank you, Natalie, and good morning to all. It's my pleasure to be here. And all those places that I've been at, and so on, I'm not aging yet. I'm still in my 30s, so that's a good thing.
Absolutely. We were talking earlier. We have a new student that came in and enrolled age 74 years old.
There you go. Good
so
job.
Del Mar College is the place to be if you want to come back to school, if you want to work. I don't know how we roped you and tricked you into coming to work with us, but I am so appreciative of it.
You can blame Marcus Camilla.
He's really good at that, isn't he?
Right.
So one of the reasons that you were brought in is because of your relationship building and also just your understanding of K-12 high schools and higher ed. Dual credit is significant. It's a significant part of learning now in education. And so I was hoping today we could kind of dig into that and talk about the importance of it. And then, Scott, for you also to talk about what's happening at Veterans Memorial with dual credit and how y'all are collaborating with us here at Del Mar College.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So let's talk about that. Mr. Garcia, what is it about Veterans Memorial that's working so well?
Well, it's about the leadership, and I credit Scott Walker quite a bit.
The Scott Walker, right here. Yes, sir.
The Scott in our presence right now at Veterans Memorial. I've had the honor and the privilege to go to veterans numerous times this past school year, and you can tell without even asking anybody how well the school is doing.
How can you tell?
Well, because the way the students greet each other, mingle around, they even greet the adults as they come in. It's pleasant. They're just chatting away.
It's a good environment.
A very good environment. And that's also a credit to the faculty. The faculty is outstanding, and I can prove that to you statistically here shortly. I mean, they're just wonderful people that relate to their students. I've always said that high schools, especially a large one like Veterans, that's the largest high school that we have in CCISD, that kids can get lost in the minutia of things every day.
Absolutely.
Because for lack of personalization. Well, that's not true at Veterans. It's quite the opposite.
They figure out a way to do it.
Yes, and they're very successful. In fact, last year's scores, star scores in the course, overall the school was rated an A.
Congratulations. So let's talk about that, Scott. Now, remind me, are you the inaugural principal for Veterans? Were you the first?
I was the second.
You were the second. Mm-hmm. Okay. So had you been a principal before?
No, this is my first principal position. I came over to Veterans the second year that it opened, about midway through the year, as an assistant principal.
Okay.
And I was assistant principal there for 3 years and then stepped into the principal role for the last 7.
So Mr. Garcia is alluding to that building of culture, right, for the students and the employees there. What does that mean for you? What are you doing as the principal there to cultivate that?
I mean, culture means everything to me and to our campus. You know, without a thriving culture for young adults, learning can't really take place. So unless we have a culture that is, creates an environment that is conducive for learning, then it's the opportunities for kids remain minimal and just kind of the status quo or just the norm.
Yeah.
And we want to provide our kids with something more than that.
So I'm assuming that is where dual credit comes in.
It's certainly a part of it. Absolutely.
It's a part of it. How many dual credit students do we have at
We have
Veterans
over
Memorial?
400 students
Wow.
at Veterans and growing. We're extremely proud of what's going on at Veterans. And again, I attribute that to the leadership. He's got a vision for the campus, a big vision for the campus, for it to continue to excel. And one of those thoughts that we've had throughout this year is to create a business academy, the Eagle Business Academy.
Oh, okay.
Whereby we will, he has identified students that will come to Oso Creek and take classes with us over there, and they'll be bussed in and out.
And it's very close, the Oso Creek
right.
campus on the south side in Veterans Memorial.
Yeah, we want to give the kids an actual college environment. And so they will be with us. We're excited. We've been working on this for quite some time. Dr. Rivera has been very active with us too. And so we believe that's just the beginning. I mean, with 400 plus kids in dual
only get
enrollment,
better, bigger and better.
plus the academy that's coming up, plus whatever this young man is dreaming.
Don't you love it when they call you young?
Sure, I'll take it. I'll take it.
I'll take it. I love when he saw young lady, and I'm like, what?
Well, everyone is younger than me, so okay, let's put it in perspective. And so, and that starts with the leadership having that vision, but also along with that, you cannot leave out the faculty and the staff of the high school and one other big group of people. That's his community. You pass by Veterans where they're having an event. I mean,
Those parents
there's
are
no
hardcore.
parking for blocks.
That's right.
And he's got huge parking lots out there. So that says a lot.
It does right now. And especially with all the, there's always negativity around all the challenges that are happening, right? At the federal level, at the state level, in terms of resources, right, for our teachers. Yet you're able to create this, which I love. And we were talking earlier, my dearest friend, Coach Jenny Garcia, is on your staff there at Veterans Memorial. But when I talk to her, there's so much passion as a teacher, first of all, but as a coach. She's shaping those students and those individuals there at the school. And that is her calling. That is where she definitely needs to be. Do you feel like that is a big part of the culture for the school there at Veterans Memorial?
Yeah, absolutely. The more passionate individuals that you have on any campus, and that goes from teachers to the custodial staff, to the cafeteria staff, to every adult member of the team. Those that truly care about kids and want these kids to have an experience and project themselves into, whether it's higher ed or the workforce or the military. You have that kind of collective vision shared by multiple people. That's when good things can happen.
It's powerful. So what drew you to this type of work? Where does your passion for this come from?
I enrolled at Arizona State University. I was going to study environmental engineering. I thought it sounded really cool.
It is very cool.
And I liked the outdoors, and I was like, this is perfect. And then I actually went to a baseball camp as a coach. And I was in charge of teaching, being the pitching coach for this youth baseball camp in Telluride, Colorado. And it was after that camp, I just fell in love with teaching and coaching. And when I got back to junior college, I ended up playing baseball to junior college.
Which junior college?
Mesa Community
At
College.
Mesa, okay.
Yep, Mesa Community College.
Very nice. Part of I guess it's the Maricopa system in Arizona.
Correct. Yeah, it's a really, really big one. About similar to Del Mar's college footprint there in the East Valley of Arizona. I decided to pursue education from there. I learned a lot more about my family and their background in education, and that was it.
It was probably always there.
Probably.
Yeah, you just had to go through and find it. And you've been in South Texas for a while. So you were talking earlier, you taught at GP, coached at GPISD, King High School, now at Veterans. So this has really become a kind of a home for you, South Texas.
Yeah, absolutely. I came out here. I knew nothing about Corpus Christi, but I played baseball at Mesa Community College there in Arizona. And then Coach Hector Salinas recruited me to come play baseball out here for Texas A&M Corpus Christi.
So let's just give a shout out to Coach.
Absolutely.
So he was actually on our board of regents
Mm-hmm.
for a few years, and we miss him dearly.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
He's the reason why I'm sitting here in front of you today.
I was not expecting that. That one's going to hit me hard.
No matter where we look, there's a Del Mar connection.
There is, yeah. And Coach was an integral part. You know, it was later on in his life, he was already retired, that he came on as a regent. But I'm sure a lot of people out there are like, oh, yeah, we know Coach.
Mm-hmm.
And his legacy, his family legacy. Is Paula still on
Yep,
your?
she's our head softball coach.
Yeah, Paula's head softball coach, Coach's daughter. And we could do a whole show just on Coach and his legacy here in the Coastal Bend.
Right. I think his son is at A&M Kingsville.
A&M Kingsville.
Right.
So it's significant. So thank you for bringing that up.
Absolutely.
That one came out of nowhere for me, and so I appreciate that. So let's get back to the dual credit part, Mike B, because I know that's a significant part of what we wanted to talk about today.
Absolutely. I would just like to drive home for the audience. Dual credit are college courses that students can take in high school, and if they take as many as they can in high school, they can graduate high school with an associate's degree. Right? We had a healthcare pinning ceremony for Del Mar College last May. And I was blown away because I saw a lot of your students, Mr. Walker, walking the stage, and they're getting their healthcare certificates. If they wanted to, they can go right into the workforce with those.
It's pretty amazing.
Hopefully they'll keep on going to college. But we're talking about early college, high school, and when we say dual credit. And I would like to just personally thank Mr. Walker, number one, for taking the time to be here. And secondly, I have twin nephews who are students at Veterans. I'm at Veterans a lot, either picking them up or watching their concerts. And like Mr. Garcia alluded to, it's a beautiful school, number one. The students respect the faculty and staff. That's noticeable. And you have the best music program in the world. Specifically, I would like to give some shout outs to Mr. Lowe, Mr. Davila, and Mr. Maloney, your music staff.
Yeah, they're amazing.
I agree.
Yeah, and the
They're inspiring.
facilities, like you were talking about too, that help create that, not only just the faculty and staff, but the facilities there for the arts is just amazing. What grade are your nephews in?
They're going to be juniors this year.
And what are their names?
Audie and Xander Bratton.
Awesome. Well, they're in an amazing. All of our fine arts programs are just, I always, get in front of our staff and in the community, whenever I get a chance, and I let them know, hey, if you haven't been to one of our concerts or performances, and that goes for guitar, orchestra, band, you name it, you're missing out, because there are some very, very high level, professional style performances that take place in our band hall, on our beautiful auditorium, and yeah, it's a sight to see, and I think you have to go experience it to really understand, what I'm saying.
And I'm glad you're bringing that up, because so many people, when they think of Veterans Memorial, first of all, the traditions that have already started, right, for such a new school here in the district, with some really legacy schools here, Ray, Miller, Moody. But a lot of times we're talking about sports for Veterans Memorial, but shout out also to the arts.
Oh, absolutely.
Amazing things happening there. We'll be right back.
This is where you want to be, to dream, to grow, to graduate and succeed. This is Oso Creek Campus at Del Mar College, home to core classes and signature programs with cutting-edge labs and state-of-the-art facilities. This is a place of innovation, transformation, and support. This is your time, your future. This is where you belong. Learn more at dmcdreams.com.
This show's a production of Del Mar College. Visit us anytime online to talk about admissions, financial aid registration, and your future career path. We're at delmar.edu. This is Viking Radio.
So again, for our audience out there joining us, we've got Mr. Scott Walker, principal at Veterans Memorial High School. And also joining us is the very own Mr. Conrado Garcia. A lot of you know him out there, esteemed superintendent, and now a part of the Del Mar College family and staff, which we keep saying we'll keep you as long as you're willing to stay.
It's going to be for a long time.
Okay, good.
I also want to recognize the fine arts of band in particular. The band room was named after one of our dear friends, Ram Chavez.
Mr. Chavez.
I remember seeing Ram at HEB. He was so excited and humbled by that experience. And thank you, Mr. Walker.
I did not know that. I missed that.
Yes.
So I love that.
It's his name was right above the doors. As I've seen it. And you're right, Natalie, for being such a young school, the things that they do at Veterans, what the student body is involved in all facets, you can look at all programs. But on occasion, a principal, a high school principal's got to deal with some other things. And sometimes it's difficult. And I've admired how Scott has dealt with the emotions of when they have a very sick staff member or a student in particular, or there's even, and I've dealt with that myself, there's a death in part of your family. In observing him and what they've done to recognize and take the time to acknowledge how great and wonderful these people are, and what they meant to the school.
Sure. Like Coach Hernandez,
Right.
just lost Leighton
Right.
Not too long ago. And I, as the leader, as the, over the campus, that's a big lift to support people through that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's no way to make that sound anything positive in any way.
Right.
The most difficult times for any leader are in times of crisis or tragedy. But I think that's where real leadership is and your character is revealed in those times, because when everything is going well, it's easy.
Yeah,
to
that's
lead.
the easy. Yay,
Or it's easier
the fun stuff.
to lead.
Well,
Yeah.
right, and that's why I look at the principalship, especially in Scott's case. They're the shepherd of the school, and families
That's a good way of putting it. the
depend
shepherd.
on the leadership to guide them and to listen and to be patient with them as they grieve.
Yeah.
And I must say he was put to the test, and the community, not only there but at large,
Yeah.
should be very grateful to Scott and the way he handles that.
Some of us graduate high school, we go to college, and even as our kiddos come up, things have changed. And so, a lot of times, Scott, we hear parents that are concerned about dual credit because they see it as maybe their kiddos growing up too fast. They don't know what they want to do yet. But as a principal, as an educator, what do you say to parents, grandparents, family members out there?
Yeah, I think it's such an amazing opportunity for students, and is it different than a traditional, classroom? Absolutely, because the majority of our dual credit classes are taken, remotely. The students are in the classroom, but they're remotely accessing the content with the Del Mar College instructor. Now, we do have continuing enrollment, and we do have some face-to-face dual credit courses that are taught on campus by one of our instructors. But you have to kind of remove a little bit of the intimidation of that. But it does require the student needs to understand the difference between a traditional classroom setting with a instructor providing them tier one instruction for 50 minutes a day. It's much more independent. But with the transition, with a lot of the higher ed, with a lot of those courses being available online, it's a great stepping stone to, and even just to try it, because
Yeah.
for some students it may not be the best fit for their learning style, but I think that the majority of students that kind of take the leap of faith and I'm going to give it a shot. I think they find it as a very enjoyable experience. And then on the back end of that, the cost savings. The earning high school credit and a college credit at the same time.
At the same time.
It's a win-win for a
Yes,
student.
definitely a win. And Mr. Garcia, we were talking earlier about dual credit, the amount of students, right, who are taking dual credit courses. But this isn't just for your top 5% or your top 10% student.
Well, thank you for saying that, because that's correct. For those who want to pursue dual credit, they get good advising from the counseling staff. And a shout out to the counselors at Veterans, because they have a big load, a big responsibility. They're great partners of Del Mar. Without them, we couldn't have that many students in there. So that's a biggie, and it's just not for the top 10 students.
Right.
And if you're committed and willing, well, let's go. Let's give it a try. Don't be afraid of that. But I remember when I had the first conference I had with Scott. I shouldn't even say conference, the first meet and greet that I had with him. I could tell that he wanted to do more for his school in our conversation. And so I offered, what about this? What do you think? Well, he thought about it, and he came back. Why don't you share the story as to how you came up with the business side versus, because a lot of our schools like the nursing side,
that's
the
very
health science
popular,
side,
yes.
and so on. In fact, our superintendent symposium this coming year, in November, will be a focus on nursing.
Okay.
But we may do a blend of the business here, because I'm admiring what he's doing, what he's up to with that. So why don't you share with the audience at large, Scott, how you came up with, well, let's try the Business Academy.
Sure. And I want to piggyback on that. None of this is really possible without some amazing counselors and the guidance and the advising that they give to our parents, to our students. A huge dual credit program, because we have 400 students, but on any given semester we have 800 units of dual credit. So most of our students take more than just one.
Right.
But when Dr. Garcia and I sat down and talked, obviously I knew Oso Creek was right in our backyard. You can see it from the third floor of our building, and we knew that there was something there. It's just a matter of time until we figure out what exactly is that going to be. And we know that some of the other local ISDs, really use, the partnership is through that health science program.
Right.
On our campus, health science is our largest CTE program. We have 250 students in it, but we have some amazing instructors, and it is very healthy and it is very well run. There was really no need necessarily to disrupt that. But one of our most up and coming programs is on the business side on our campus. And we have, a couple of instructors have done an amazing job of growing the entrepreneurship program. And that really started with a couple of student organizations like the FBLA and the BPA.
What is that for our audience out there?
Future Business Leaders of America.
Okay, Future Business.
And Business Professionals of America.
Okay,
so these are
nice.
nationwide organizations, student organizations for high schools. They have competitions, local, state, regional level. And global level as well, and those student organizations quickly grew to around 100 plus students for each one of those organizations, and that's how we knew, okay, that, there's something here. There's students that want more. They want to explore, the business world, and
they're already there. They're already in school every day.
there.
You've got them. You've got a captive audience for the most part.
Yeah, absolutely.
What a great time to integrate that into their studies. Again, see if they're going to like it or not.
Yeah, and that's really
time to just try it out.
Yeah, and that's really how it was born. Is working with Dr. Garcia and the whole Del Mar staff has been amazing, and helping this come to fruition. And we also wanted these students to have the face-to-face experience, that true college experience that Dr. Garcia mentioned earlier. And each of these courses is going to be instructed by a Del Mar professor on Del Mar College, Oso Creek campus.
So you're a college student.
You're a college student.
That's right. That's right. And they're going to have a fabulous experience. We already have that experience with Flower Bluff, as you will know, and those kids are doing exceptionally well. I look forward to seeing his kids because that's where I'm housed, and I get to see students every day.
Yes, we know your fancy office up on the second floor. Second
So-
floor of the library? Right.
Yes, nearby that. Yeah. And but there's another group at his school that's is causing us some pain actually, and it's growing pains, and that's welding.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness, the welders out there are doing fabulous.
One of my
and-
nephews is in the program.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice. Okay.
Right. And so we certainly want to be a partner in that to expand that and need some more welding booths and other
Are there
things.
welding bays at Veterans Memorial? So you're not even having to bus them over to Windward campus.
No, we have
They're
a
getting it
full-fledged welding
full-
shop in the back, 25 booths back there that are running all 7
That's
periods out of our
impressive.
school
Yeah,
day.
and we can expand it. I mean, he's requested additional welding booths, and we're working and studying that probability of helping them out. And that's just has taken off in such all of his programs. I mean, he offers it, and they take off with it.
This is such a great example. I'm so glad that you came on, Mr. Walker, again, to really showcase school is not linear anymore. You're learning a whole bunch of things at one time. Once you're in high school, it's such a great opportunity to learn different things, start taking college courses, start understanding what's out there. I love that your nephew he's kind of our guinea pig, so we'll have to pick his brain and see how it's going for him over there at Veterans Memorial.
I will all the time, and much respect for anybody who has to teach teenagers.
You are a gift. I don't know where you people come from. You're a little crazy.
Got to be a little bit,
A
yep.
little bit, yeah.
But also, really, what a fun time. Aren't your nephews it's such a fun age?
Yes, they are.
But
yeah.
it's hard. I
And-
wouldn't do it.
and-
I'm
and-
not doing it.
And the great thing at Veterans is, for example, my nephew tried the NJROTC program. He loved it, excelled in it, but he didn't want to continue. So now he's trying welding. And
Yeah,
that
that's a
kind
great
of
example. Yes. He's
that's
trying different things.
pre-college experience, and that's important.
Absolutely. And so just want to thank you, Scott, for coming on with us today on the show. And Mr. Garcia, we're going to have you back many times.
Well, anytime, I just want to conclude with Scott being with us. He is truly a change agent,
Love that.
and we support him, and we will do anything we can on the Mars side.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. I think, the K-12 educational landscape is changing. It's constantly
is.
changing. And I think in order for us to continue to be successful, we have to be innovative, and we have to provide opportunities for kids to explore different things and find their passion. And it may be something they never thought that they would enjoy
Exactly.
or love, and then they fall in love with it. And that can project them and their future, far beyond just a standard, high school experience. But the partnership with Del Mar College, I can't say thank you enough. Definitely working. It's a true collaborative environment that we have with Del Mar College, and working with all, whether it's different departments or different deans, to try to find opportunities for kids. It's the same goal in mind.
Absolutely.
So it's been
Yeah.
a lot of fun over the last, really last school year, and really building that partnership. And now we're going to be able to see, some of the fruits of that labor come to fruition in the fall with our inaugural cohort of the Eagle Business Academy. It's going to be around 20 students. Some of them are still taking
So
their TSI
exciting.
over the summer to make sure that they're college ready.
Yes, they're coming on campus
Yeah.
to take their TSI right now.
So we're excited to see how that goes for those kids, and to provide that opportunity.
I appreciate that innovation. You were talking about the health sciences is already there. It's already strong, but now you're elevating and you're building upon that, which we know is extra work for you as an administrator. And so thank you for that. We love the collaboration between Del Mar College and Veterans Memorial. Mr. Garcia, thank you for joining us today. Scott, will you please come back in a few months and give us an update on the academy and how the Business Academy is going?
Yeah, anytime. I appreciate you having me, and anytime you want me to stop by, I'd be more than happy to.
Awesome. Mike B. and I are out.
Adios.
Adios.
This show is a production of Del Mar College. Follow us on Spotify at Viking Radio.